Alright, so for this today, we're gonna have a deck profile on Kagero. My personal deck, which I played in tournaments. Alright, starting Vanguard, as you can see, it's Conroe, like every other Kagero deck. So what's so good about him, other than the other Vanguards you can start with, is that for him, you can counter blast one, put him to the drop zone, search your deck for any Great Warren, and put it to hand. Alright, so just say if I need a Kinara, I can do this. Get a Kinara, put it in hand, destroy opponent's Great Warren. I can search for Hypnil Salamander, I can search for Barry, I can search for Bar. So it provides you anything you want from this guy. Alright. This side, as you see. So moving on to our triggers, we're gonna have 4 tar, which is 4 critical. 4 more critical. So that's 8. 4 draws and 4 heal, which is also a very standard 8 crit for draw for heal lineup. Right. As you may know, most people do play 12 critical for Kagero, but I opt for the draw triggers for this deck. Alright, putting that aside, I'll move on to the Great Warrens. Very standard for bars, Great Warren 8k beaters. Alright, 3 Hypnil Salamander. Alright, why do I only play 3 instead of 4 in this deck is that when it comes to late game, when your opponent does have like 4 or 5 damage, this guy is useless. It's just a 6k beater, which is not very useful when it comes to late game, which is about turn 4 or 5. Where either he cross rides or he do summons more rear guards, and he won't let you hit this card. It does give a lot of pressure if, just say, your grade 2, your rear guard hits for 16, he have to guard this because he doesn't want his rear guard to die. So it does give a lot of pressure late game, but that's the only benefit. In early game, he does snipe out those great ones that your opponent rides behind his Vanguard to boost for like 18k on his Vanguard. So 3, hit your Salamander. His effect is that if you hit the Vanguard and only hitting the Vanguard, you can put him back to the deck and choose your opponent's Great Warren and destroy it. Put it to drop zone. That's about it. So moving on, we have 3 Kinaras. Only 3. Why? Because it uses Counter Blast, which is 1 Counter Blast to destroy your opponent's Great Warren and only a Great Warren. He's good in some sense, but I don't run 4 of them because yet again it costs Counter Blast. We want to use the Counter Blast for overload the end. Right? And 1 Elmo. Well, it just helps you to get cards that you don't want in your hand. So you can opt to have to use Conroe over here to find for him to fill the cards from the deck. So it's very good to have just one will do. Alright. 1 Jana, this guy. What does he do if he boosts Tar for grade 2 8k, this guy? It boosts for 18k. Yep, 18k on your rear guard grade 1, which is like, for example, Amaron, he have to guard for 15, so this is very good to snipe those rear guards. And it doesn't cost any trigger, it doesn't cost any counter blast or soul blast or anything. Just directly attack your Mara rear guard. Block for 15. He won't guard. He'll lose his Mara using this guy. But you only can attack the column, so knowing where to place him is very important. It doesn't get rid of the opponent's Vanguard's rear guards, but you can do it on turn 2, which is stupid to actually hit his rear guard. Yeah. Okay, just 1 of him. And 1 of this guy. What's his ability? Very simple. He's a 6k booster. When the opponent has 2 or less rear guards, he boosts for 10k. It's really good for this deck. Why? Because your opponent do not want to play too much cards because you know you're gonna get snapped down or destroyed the next turn. So he'll play 2, maybe 3. So that's where Kinara Hypnil Salamander comes to play. Because its effect is that when it boosts, you can plus 4k if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards. Meaning your rear guards can attack his rear guard to reduce it to 2 or less. And that's where this guy comes to play. It's a 10k booster. Alright, just 1 of him. That's all for the Great Ones. Alright, forgotten. And just 2 Barry. Just 2. 2 will do. Yep, I didn't find any problem playing 2, 3, or 4, just 2. Okay, just for grade 1s on the side. Moving on to grade 2s. I'm gonna have 2 Nehalem, extended to grade 2 10k beers. I'm gonna play 4 Burning Horns. Grade 2 9k. If your Vanguard has the word Overlord in it, text for trolls, very standard grade 2 12k. And 4 Tejas. Alright, Tejas is just basically used to either you guard it or you just sniped out the opponent's rear guard early game or mid game or late game, and he says no guard to 16k if it's boosted by a bar, which most likely will be there. Yep, bar. So with bar and Tejas, you're gonna hit 16k on your opponent's rear guard, which is 8k boosted. You're gonna guard for 10. So guarding for 10 is really beneficial late game. He would rather lose his grade 1, which is beneficial to you too, cause he'll be hitting your Vanguard way lesser without that rear guard. Yep, that's all for the grade 2 lineup. 10 cards, just 10 cards. Alright. Moving on to the most important part, we have the grade 3s. 4 Dragonic Overlords. Just 4. You can't play 5. If you can play 5, I'll be happy. But yeah, 4. 3 Dragonic Overlord DN. This is Abyss. Yep, just 3. Nah, just kidding. It's just one SP one over here. Very nice, SP. Yep. Very important to get the SP one. It looks cool. SP, yeah. Yeah, SP. Yeah. Alright. So what makes Dragonic Overlord so scary? DN so scary. Is that when this card declares an attack on the opponent, any of his cards, rear guards is included, and it hits, just say I attack this rear guard, which is Dragonic Overlord, alright? No guard, he died. So this card hits him, I twin drive 2 cards, just twin drive this 2. I get Persona Blast 1 card. So I got it. Yep, Persona Blast 2. So even if I draw him in the check, the effect states that it's after the attack. So this is in your hand, you drop this card, drop 1 of him, he stands again. Yeah. What this card do is that it lets you -1 plus 3 in your hand. You can twin drive again and drive check 2 cards into your hand. So it's 13k base over Overlord. So 13k with 8k beaters, 21k, and it's like 15k to guard, 1 pars, 22 pars. How long can they live without your Persona blasting? How long can they live from you not Persona blasting? Yeah. So it's very scary that you can Persona blast and stand again and not lose twin drive. It's not like Spectral Duke Dragon where it states that you got a -3 on your field and lose twin drive. Counter blast 2. Yeah, you +3 in your hand, but you lose 3 cards on the field. So you +0. You got nothing, no benefits. But this guy, it lets you +3 in your hand. Because you discarded this, so now it's +4. Yeah. Overlord DN. SP. Yeah. So that's all for this deck build on Kagero. It's my tournament deck. I use it to play. Very good, very effective. See you guys.